it's me again, Summer. I apologize in advance if I sound slurry or drowsy or am lethargic or stuttering. They just gave me Ativan and Benadryl because moments before I decided to make this video, I had another seizure. Um, See, the thing is, they had a pastor come in to talk to me. I am not religious whatsoever. I don't judge you by your religion. If you have a religion, good for you. I don't have one. If I can respect your wishes, you can respect mine. Especially now that I'm in a hospital. But I didn't want to disrespect a priest, and, you know, if I don't know something about it, then I'm not going to do it. Like, let's say I wanted to play with a Ouija board. I have no clue what could happen, even if I did or did not believe in it. Why mess with something that you have never messed with before? Why mess with something that could harm you? But he gave me these cards. It's the one for his church. And then this one is his personal card, I believe. Anyway, I told him about what had happened, why I didn't want to go to Valley, because when I was there, I was 17 years old, and my family made the decision without me that I would be the one to decide if he lived on life support or died and just passed away. I stood there for hours, hugging him, my own father, hugging him and watching him foam at the mouth, a Marine, a dedicated war hero. Seizing out with foam coming out of his mouth. He was brain dead because the cancer had reached his brain, his spinal cord, his lymph nodes. And the pastor said, after I told him, I pulled the plug on my dad, the family decided that I was going to do it, and I honored my wishes because my father said he wanted to go out as being a war hero, not as being a cancer-riddled experiment. So I did what he would wanted me to do. But the pastor tells me, and no offense to him, but it's bullcrap. And I'm sorry to those of you that don't like it, like what I'm saying, that are religious like he is. But he said, everybody dies. God knows when everybody's time comes. And yeah, it's sad, but God wanted him back. If there truly is a God, why are there so many cruel things happening in the world? Usually when I ask that question, I get told that it's to balance peace and harmony, But I really don't believe that. I think it's because if he is real, he looks down at us and realizes we might not be what he wanted to create. But to say to me that it was your father's time to go and God decided that he wanted him back was the worst thing to say to me. I know he meant no harm by it, and I didn't say anything to it. I even let him say a prayer for me. But my whole thing is, if there is a God in this world, why do so many bad things happen once again? I For instance, version of my life story. At age 8, my mom committed suicide. I ran into the apartment, ran into the room, ran across the slid across the bed, and found my mother's dead body on the floor. I tried to revive her, putting my lips on her blue ones and her pale face, with her eyes open. Once I realized I wasn't doing anything and she wasn't blinking and her lips weren't the right color, I was traumatized. I just ran out of the house and my dad was sobbing on the ground, on the floor. He didn't know what to do. So my grandma that day took me away from my father because he was unfit to be a parent. His wife just died. My mother. And you ripped me away from him? I didn't see my father for 4 years after that. She would not let me see him. He tried many times to see me. He'd slip letters, places where I could find them. He'd put, he knew what books I was going to check out at the library. Because I had them on hold in my account, and he had the account number, so he'd put little notes in there, But, and then, so I go live with my grandma. Turns out she's an abusive alcoholic, and her boyfriend is a pedophile, a molesting creep. He had said multiple things to me and tried to do some stuff to me, but I fought him off. Then my grandmother choked me, she hit me, she beat me, she cracked one of my ribs. She cracked a bottle of vodka over my head. And that's when I went to Washington for a little bit to live with my aunt and uncle, who were Mormons. Basically, what I'm getting out of this, when I go up there to live with my aunt and uncle, is that she's trying to get rid of me. I understand that, but going to live with them, they were Mormon, and I didn't understand the religion. I didn't really care for it. I was too depressed. They threw out every black piece of clothing I had, got me an entire new wardrobe that they wanted me to wear, so I'd look like a proper schoolgirl. And then a time came where I couldn't take living there anymore. There was so much drama, so I came back, ultimately living with my mother again. Saw my dad. We became friends again right before his death, and he turned out he had cancer, skin cancer. Lung cancer was first, then skin cancer, then brain cancer. It spread all throughout his body, and little old 17-year-old me had to pull the plug on her own father. And this man wants to say that God wanted him back. What about me? What about my life? Growing up without either parents, in an abusive home, with a pedophile. I had already been raped and molested before when I was younger, when my mom and dad were still alive. But tell me, if there's a God, why do all these bad things happen? Why me? Why is he putting me through trials, as the pastor said it? I have that to deal with, both parents being gone, along with seizures, type 1 diabetes, hypothyroidism, neuropathy, anxiety, depression, herniated discs, eyesight problems. So, they're transferring me to Valley tonight, or early in the morning. It depends. and we'll get it figured out. I'm gonna keep posting these on Facebook. And I might even record some of the stuff that my doctors do. I'd have to blur out their faces and everything, but I'm gonna do it. The nurses are great, it's just the doctors that don't care. Hopefully the doctor at the next hospital will be a little better. If you're watching this and you're going through what I'm going through, I'm sorry. Nobody should ever go through this, and feel free to message me on YouTube or use my Gmail account that's on there. My channel is turning into a health channel for taking a stand, as well as a paranormal channel once they get out of the hospital, and a blogging channel. So please subscribe, comment below. Thank you.